Hello everybody, George Kenner. Today I'm going to try and do the most honest and professional review that I can for the longer 40-watt diode laser. Yes, 40 watts. When I started it was at 10. But I want to share a few things with you. Let's call them disclosures in the very beginning. 1, longer is not paying me to do this. 2, I'm not keeping this laser. As soon as this review is finished, a science or a STEM teacher is going to show up and take this to his students at Yuma High School. The longer has never tried to control my opinions on anything, nor would I do a review if anyone tried. I've got a great CO2 laser. I love the addiction and I'm happy to share it. And longer knows that. Because they know that and where my heart comes from, this is a 10-watt diode laser. I'm going to give this away in my Facebook group and on my YouTube channel, and I'll call it the methodology will come through, so it's a fair giveaway, will be on my blog at laserfreedom.us. There are a lot of articles there from everything from diodes, CO2, and fiber lasers. It's a great resource for anybody that wants to buy any quality of laser. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because this has a camera on it, it'd be kind of awkward for me to stand behind it and do the video. I'm going to walk around the laser and point some things out to you. Walking around the longer 40-watt diode, first thing we'll come to is the control panel, which is right here. This has an on and off switch so that you can take and turn it on and off and remove it in case your children were to want to play with it and you didn't want that to happen. There's a replacement lens cover. The power feed is the black. The blue is your computer controller. Now the beauty of this machine is it'll work on light burn. Now light burn is probably the universal software for all lasers, and if you can learn light burn and use it on this, you can step right over to like my CO2 machine and you're utilizing the same skills. Now right here, and you can see this is a honeycomb and the actual size is listed on both, so you'll have an orientation point. The Longer's calling this the AI camera system, which in my opinion, you could go and use it without this, but it's a nice little feature. You can take, it very easily attaches, it'll go straight into your computer with a USB and feed straight into the Lightburn program. Coming over and looking at this massive 40-watt laser head, when I started, 10 watts was all you could get, and I waited until you could get a 20. Now it's up at 40. The power in these is really rather incredible. You'll note the switches here, they're very easy to install and they'll only go in one direction, so there's no ability to make a mismatch. Now I'm going to try and flip over here to the only other installation point that you have to look at, and it's right down in here in the front corner. That's all the wiring that you have to do. You do have an air pump, and this is an air wire working backwards. It has a control valve, so you can change the amount of airflow depending upon whether you're cutting or engraving and what you exactly want to do. It comes with an air compressor. The system is really very nicely made. Down here, you'll see this is where the air compressor controller plugs in. Walking over the front of the machine, it has a safety on and off switch. These rollers down here, they will actually spin and adjust to level the machine. So if you were to take like a carpenter's level and set it across to get the absolute best level on the machine, it's easily dialed in right there. You can see the belt system here. It is very easy to attach and disconnect. Now I have it a little bit loose on here right now just to show you where it exists. All I have to do is come back over here to one little adjustment, and you're right there, you're finished. These rails slide into these rails and are attached with 2 screws. It's really a very, very easy assembly. Very nice machine in my opinion. It comes with a pair of safety glasses or goggles to be used. You may want to pick up another pair of those, especially if you're working with kids. You want to make sure everyone's eyes are protected. The front of the machine is protected, is light protected from the blue light diode, but still, safety is always something you want to consider. You also would probably want to have a fire extinguisher or a fire blanket. Right here are the adjustment points for the laser head to get it the proper distance from the material. And right down here is the focus length. Place that down on your material, lift it up just, a hair so that you're sure that it'll track across, and you're all done. This is really a very, very nice machine. I'm impressed with what they've done for the cost. It is something that I think anybody be proud to have. Now what I'm going to do is, it came with a couple of other accessories, some rails and that will enhance the ability or length that you can engrave, and a tumbler system. Those would be options, but they've sent them to me and they'll go to the school just like the laser does. These are the rails that'll extend the length on one of the axes. Now, to give you an idea of where these would be positioned, underneath the belt, and they give you some more belts and wire to connect. Now, this is about a 4x4 sheet of plywood, so you'd have about 4 feet of probably 3 feet 9 inches of engraving length that you could basically run through the machine. This is probably the largest diode extension that I have seen on the market that is really of a quality of extruded aluminum that would really support the system. This is another one of the accessories. It is a rotary device. Now, one of the things that's really nice about this is it's set up with even a USB-C. So it's very clean, very easy. You can put it together with the device in just a fraction of a second. I mounted a wine glass on there because this is one of the hardest things to engrave. This is like a wine tumbler. It fits on there perfectly. There are additional devices, what do I call them, clamping devices that you can put onto the machine. There is even the ability to move the axis. So if you need to level it and move it up or down, you can do that. It's really a phenomenal little rotary system for the price. It's very well packaged, and I'd highly recommend it for the machine if you want to do any kind of wine glasses, beer glasses. One of the things you have to do is paint this, and I've done a video on that with like black finger paint. I think it's called tempera paint, because diode lasers will pass right through clear glass. They need to be micro-abraded, and to do that they need a little bit of darkness on the surface. But that's true of all diode lasers. What else can I tell you? Phenomenal little machine. I think at the end of the video I'll put some cuts in that I did. Cutting with these machines is what really separates the men from the boys. You could engrave, say, on a piece of wood and put a decent image on with a 10-watt diode laser, but you can't cut like if you had a 40. So if you want to cut into acrylic and that type of thing, you're probably going to need a little more horsepower. If you have any questions, this is one of the beauties of what I'm going to call the giveaway and the blog. You could literally go in, enter for the 10-watt. If you had a question, literally on the same form, ask the question and I will respond. You can go into Laser Freedom and Facebook group and talk about this, or just go into the bottom of the comments. Tell me how you feel about the video, if you like this style. And I'm sure the kids at the high school are going to love getting this. And thank you to you. You make this possible by watching. If it wasn't watched, then high school kids don't get this for free. I wish you the best. Thank you very much.